A friend of mine works at Bad Wolf and has let slip some details about the upcoming 60th anniversary plans. This is all 100% accurate, so if you want to avoid spoilers, don't click below. David Tennant and Catherine Tate are back for 3 specials after Jodie regenerates into him on a cliff top. The 3 stories are linked by the Doctor working out why he's got his old face back and why he runs into Donna again after all these years. Units are back for the first episode. It's a simple alien invasion story, with the main emphasis on the Doctor reuniting with Donna again after 15 years for her. Sylvia and Sean return. Wilf is mentioned, but I don't know if he appears because Bernard Cribbins is now 93. Donna also has a daughter called Rose. Rachel Talalay also directs the first special, but I imagine something will be announced in the next week or 2 as filming begins.
There's a brigadier and a master and a canine computer. Just me singing Doctor in Distress there for no topical related reason. David Tennant's back! And Bernard Cribbins, and Ross T. Davis, and Phil Collinson, and Julie Gardner, and the Nan from the Nan movie, and the Brigadier, and the Master, and a canine computer, and a Yeti. We gotta talk about this because that Reddit leak is true. The fandom and Russell T. Davis both seem convinced to make me hate the 10th Doctor's era. And they're trying, they're really trying. A retro regeneration. It's come this far, it's come to this. It is the most cynically commercial decision Russell could make to start off his time back with the programme, but it's fine, it's just for a couple specials. That's my point. Is it? Timeless Children was a shark jump, a continuity bomb that we don't deserve to come back from. And it seems that we're not. If and when Jodie Whittaker ends her tenure by regenerating into actor David Tennant, for any reason, for any extended period of time, that is the shark jump of all shark jumps. That's the final frontier of shark jumps. And I don't think New Who is a programme with many sharks left to jump. No. I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy about a circumstance where a showrunner who's basically like a second father to me and my favourite actor to ever touch the role are back in the programme. And that's because really this isn't a decision made for me. It's not a celebration of the show. It's a gateway drug. It's a decision made for other people. That's fine. I am a fan who's very aware of optics and what would get the casual viewer back into the programme. There are so many other ways to make a big bombastic anniversary special without literally turning him back, literally rolling back the clock to 2008. I have to pray that the story is aware of this. And it might be cynical. Josh Carr had the great take that, what if the Doctor was not the Doctor? What if Tennant is the antagonist of the specials? And then we've got Cutie Gatwa around the shadows trying to work out what's gone on. I don't have enough faith in Russell at this point for that. Let it be known that I warned you guys. Lots of us, we warned you when Russell T. Davis was coming back. That was an exciting reveal for 24 hours, and then all the doubt started to creep back in. Not only is it a boys' club, as ever, there's this old interview where David Tennant asks Russell T. Davis what the programme will look like in 20 years, and they have these big optimistic ideas of new people and new fans, who are fans now, taking over their reigns.
I'd love to think there'll be people sat here making it in 20 years.
Yeah.
Because it's there, isn't it? Even the letters, you must get the letters and the stories, and they're doing it.
Yeah. That is true.
They're writing those stories now.
And that's incredibly depressing. Ladder pulling is a bit strong, but you kind of get the impression that they brainwashed generations of children into TV production just so they could have more cast and crew to play around with. Technicians. Whilst I should be excited of all my childhood icons returning to the screen like no time has passed, I personally already experienced that excitement back in 2015, whenever the two came back to Big Finish. We know full well that the 10th Doctor hasn't left the cultural eye in the past 4 years. But it's also because Russie's putting the gang back together. This massive collection of old faces, all the old bigwigs, it's such a big statement about the programme, no matter what way you split it. And pieing off Mrs. Whittaker in this way, it's kind of unforgivable. I don't want to be this guy. I really don't. Not only do I want to be involved in the fan-made time and enjoying the big buzz, but I deserve this. I owe it to myself to be a cynical bastard after the last 4 years, which have basically been Russell T. Davis 2, anyway. When Russell comes back, it'll be RTD 3 in my books. I haven't enjoyed the show for a while. So it'd be so much easier just to be like, oh no, Russell's back, he can write a competent script, let's have faith in him. But that's getting more and more difficult for adult and personal reasons. Rhetorical question, but can you think of any version of that pitch of 13 regenerating into tenants that sounds good? Any. There is one, and it's the one I explained earlier, where fanwank was accepted and explored as IP desperation. The Reddit leak at this point has to be correct, or at least 80% correct. To guess a new guest star called Rose is just unreal, but it very much hints that it's tenant-centric. Like Time Lord Victorious, and Titan Comics, and the video game. Nonetheless, Russell is a creator with an unbridled, endless supply of good faith from me and other fans. He got us at that age, you know? But how can this come across as anything other than a Russell T Davies victory lap? A vanity project? If it's an anniversary of Doctor Who, sure, why are we just going straight back to 2008, where he left off? And more importantly, why is that his priority? But that's fan brain. We gotta stop the fan brain. I've been meaning to become less optics focused as a fan, like focusing less on how the show does and how it could perform overseas and bring in the normie crowd. Number one, I hate the fucking normies. Not Doctor Who fans, just Brits. They don't deserve good things, and they definitely didn't deserve Capaldi Who, so that's that. Beat done. Second of all, it's not a good way to enjoy stuff. That's a motorbike. Very cool. I'm as guilty of this as anyone, but when someone says, it'll be good for the show, I can stomach it for a couple specials, if it's what brings the public eye back to Doctor Who. And I just want to know at what point being a fan mixed over with being a market analyst. Because I feel like we're all doing executive work unpaid. So honestly, if it's a bad Who idea, I don't care if it brings back audiences. I'm off the hope that good Doctor Who brings back audiences. And there's a million different ways to mix up the show's status quo, make the show about actual change that don't involve bringing it back to 2008. I loved 2008. I'm still happy. Feel free to psychoanalyze this reaction video, by the way. If I ever did meet Russell T Davies in real life, it would come to punches. That's for very, very personal reasons about the film and TV industry, though. I'm not making a habit of this. I'm not deploying the clickbait headline. I actually believe that. So, Tharies, you better watch out. I'm on your turf. I just really hope that this doesn't come across as the big Russell T Davies show. We've all missed Doctor Who, I feel. It's in some way or another. I don't need Doctor Who to be on top of the world again. I need Doctor Who to be Doctor Who again. And after the 3 years, Series 11 is innocent of aping the Russell T Davies era and shunning the Moffat era. It's this Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker, Battle of Orphanship mode we're all stuck in. And it doesn't need to be this way. If I was annoyed about all the Russell T Davies elements in the Chibnall years, boom, here you go, it's all been leading to this. I know Chibnall was a seat warmer, I'm sure he views himself as a seat warmer, but I didn't expect it to literally lead into Russell T Davies. And I just have this feeling in my gut that it holds true for what he's going to do with his second time with the programme, with Shutigawa. How do I feel about Shutigawa? Oh, he's a cute man. I ain't seen none of his work. Consider me sex uneducated. You could point to that and say, well, there's different. That's the different stuff. Yeah, we'll see. The Timeless Child, more than anything, proved that we are done. We need to move on from the legacy era fans, the 1980s fans who don't share their toys, who put in the hard work, but also were in the right time, the right place. It's other people's time to play now. So where I'm sitting right now in summer 2022, it feels like it's lose-lose, whether the show does great under him or bad. We're going to be learning bad lessons from this experiment, this anniversary experiment. You could say Chibnall snubbed some other creators. You could say Moffat did, wrongly. But Russell, literally just joining the dots up, forgetting all this stuff that's happened in between now and 2009. Tell me it doesn't come across this way. Really, please, because I'd love to hear it. Doctor in distress. Bring him back now, we won't have less.